Hey you guys, how's it going? Tyler here, and today we're going to take a look at a pendulum combo video following on from the deck profile from the other day. I'm going to actually show you how this deck can start to gain momentum and how it's got a couple of 2-card combos that end you on 4 interruptions, right? And that's just off of 2 cards, and of course we always draw a hand of 5 cards to start, 6 if we're going second. So we're going to take a look at, first of all, my favourite combo from the deck, just because it's always been really good, is Pen Call plus Darkworm. Okay, so from these 2 cards, we can end on a bounce, a banish, and 2 negates. Okay, so first of all, we play our Pendulum Call, discarding our Darkworm, and then we search out our 2 Magicians. Honestly, kind of doesn't matter if you get, well, we definitely need Oath Dragon as part of the combo, right? And then your high scale could be Harmonized Magician or it could be Black Fang. It doesn't really matter because we'll be sending the other one off Electromite. So we'll go for Black Fang and sorry, not Black Fang. We'll go for Harmonizing and Oath Dragon Magician. Okay, then from there, with normal special summon Darkworm. God, you wouldn't think that I've played this game for like a year and a bit. And that gets us our Gate 0. Right, Gate 0 is super important in this because Pendulum Call stops you from Electromite popping your Magician skills. Okay, then from there we normal summon Harmonizing Magician, and we go into our Electromite. Right, and then Electromite's just going to send whatever we don't have, right? So you could have taken Black Fang there. All you really need is any level 4, like normal summonable Pendulum. Either Black Fang or Harmonized Magician is always best. Okay, so we're going to send our Black Fang Magician to our extra deck. Then we're going to scale Gate 0 and then pop Gate 0 to grab our Black Fang. Okay, then you would draw one, but it does not matter what we draw at all. Then we're going to scale our Oath Dragon and our Black Fang, and we're going to use our Oath Dragon's effect to get Harmonized Magician. Because we've got another Magician in our other scale, then it allows us to grab something from an extra deck, and then we're just going to Pendulum Summon, right? So we're going to Pendulum Summon 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to use a Harmonized Magician's effect to get us a level 4 Magician. Okay. So from here we're going to go into our Guard Dragon combo, so I won't rush through this because I'm pretty sure this is the first time I'm showing it, so I just want everyone to make sure that they're getting it. So first of all, we're going to LP. Then using Gate 0 and Electromite, we go into Triple Burst Dragon, and use LP's effect to summon Destrudo from deck. Okay, now if you're going like with a full hand, you'll of course probably have something extra you can use on Destrudo to make a level 7 like Dawn Dragster. Realistically though, in this situation, Destrudo's going to kind of be like, not a backup play, but more of a grind game play. Okay, then we're going to link these 2 off into Agripane. Agripane effect is going to get us our Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, and then we're going to we're going to link to those 2 guys to get our Hieratic Seal, and then we're going to banish that, add this to our extra deck to summon out a Borderload Savage, and then for Borderload Savage we're going to equip Triple Burst Dragon, meaning that's got 3 negates and it's a beefy boy. It's like 4200 attack at this point. Okay, so from here, this bounces and it summons out a dragon, in which it's going to be Aether, the evil empowering dragon, or you can go Amorphage Goliath, it's up to you, which banishes something. That negates, and that negates. Okay, and that was all for 2 cards. Again, you're going to have more cards in your hand to actually play with. You could very easily end with just 1 more card on a Dawn Dragster. Okay, doesn't matter what that card is as long as it's a level 6 or lower monster. So that's combo number 1. Next we're going to take a look at how the Endymion engine works in the deck. Okay, now moving on here. So we're going to take a look at another 2-card combo that again ends us on 4 different interruptions. So we have Zephyr Providence and Servant of Endymion. Okay, now the Zephyr engine in conjunction with the Endymion engine is totally nuts. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that. Again, this is 2 cards out of a 5-card hand, so your end boards are actually going to be better than this. But again, we just need to consider this as a 2-card combo. So we scale Endymion, and then we get Zephyr Providence. Zephyr Providence lets us search out pretty much any Zephyr card. So we're going to go for, because we want to build up spell counters, we want to go for the field spell, Oracle of Zephyr, Right, Servant will now have 1 counter. Play Oracle of Zefra, and then that lets us search out a Zefra monster. We want Zefrath. Okay, Oracle of Zefra now means that Servant has 2 counters. Then we're going to scale Zefrath. And Zefrath's effect is going to let us send Zefraniyu, making it a scale 7, which is pretty important. Okay, now the beauty of it being a scale 7 is even if like you're using the Magician engine, even some of our things like our negates like Jackal King are almost all of our cards are level 6s or below, so again it still allows you to get out a lot of your really important cards. Okay, so Servant now has 3 counters, so we're going to remove 3 counters and summon Servant and any monster that can take a spell counter that's over a certain amount of attack. I can't really remember, but it's not important because it's either going to be Big Endymion or Jackal King. So we'll go for Jackal King. Now if you had any sort of normal summon here, or any other card at all that you can normal summon, then Jackal King's just a bit more effective again, because you can like play a spell card, or you can scale any random card and give it 2 counters to protect your Electromite. But in this case again we're just going to pretend that hand traps don't actually exist. And then we're going to go into our Electromite. Electromite's going to send Darkworm specifically. Again, Guard Dragon engine is ridiculously broken. And we're going to use Electromite to pop our Oracle of Zefra to get back our low scale, right, which is Servant of Endymion. Then we're going to scale Servant of Endymion, and then from here we're going to Pendulum Summon. So we're going to Pendulum Summon 1, 2. Okay, it's important that we Pendulum Summon this because it gets us one of our negates. Okay, then we're going to get a few cards out of the deck. Okay, so Zefraniyu, that's going to be Chain Link 1, and this is Chain Link 2 because they're both trigger effects as far as I know. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So Gate 0, and then we're going to get the Counter Trap. There we go, Zefra Divine Strike. That card's nuts. That card's honestly nuts. Okay, again, this doesn't matter, but it always helps later on. Then we're going to just do our Guard Dragon combo, so again I'll fire through this for you. Okay, and there we have it. So we have, again, a Counter Trap that negates, an Omni Negate, and lastly, our Bounce and a Banish. Okay, again, that's all off of 2 cards. Again, I cannot stress how insane this deck is, because honestly, it's a fragile deck at times. It can be stopped by one hand trap in the right place. You know, if you Ogre Electromite, you kind of lose. But the deck, even at that, like, if you've got the right hand, you're able to play through that, set up your Guard Dragon combos, and still end on 2 to 3 negates instead of your usual, like, 6. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go through a test hand, and I'm going to actually show you how everything works here in context, because context is always important. Okay. So the deck here has been thoroughly shuffled. We're going to give it a quick cut, and then we're going to draw 5 cards, and we're going to end up with a totally busted board. So we have Spell Power Mastery, Wisdom Eye Magician, Pen Call, Chronograph, and another Chronograph. Okay, so this is the nuts. So let's go for it. Okay, so first of all, we want Spell Power Mastery, right? Indeed, Servant of Endymion is going to win us the game here. I mean, we're not playing a game, but you know, Servant of Endymion just wins. Okay, so we grab our Servant, get that going. Scale Servant. Then we're going to Chronograph. Pop itself to summon Time Gazer. And then we also have Wisdom Eye Magician that we can normal summon. Okay, Servant of Endymion, actually, we'll get a dice. Right, Servant of Endymion now has a single counter. But that's not going to stay that way for long, because we've got other things that we can do. Okay, then we're going to normal summon Wisdom Eye. And we're just going to go into Electromite. I've went by it, haven't I? Yes, I have. God damn, I'm a genius. And Strudo's in there as well. Okay, then from here, how do we do this? Yeah, no, that's fine. So Electromite's going to send a card. Right, realistically we want... So we've got access to Pendulum Call, right? So we've got access to High Scale and we've got access to Harmonizing Magician. So we kind of want to send Dark Worm, don't we? Okay, then we're going to scale Chronograph Sorcerer, which will give Servant 2 counters. Then we're going to pop Chronograph Sorcerer and take back Chronograph Sorcerer. Right, and then from there we get to draw a card off Electromite. Zephyr Wendy, decent. Not broken, not great, but decent. Okay, because it doesn't matter, right? Zephyr Wendy could have been any card and we're still ending on a really good board here. But this just solidifies our board, because this is discard fodder, okay? So we're going to do exactly that. Okay, we're going to Pendulum Call. Discard for cost. And we're going to grab ourselves a High Scale and Black Fang Magician. And we're going to grab ourselves an extra negate and Harmonizing Magician. And now this brings Servant of Endymion up to 3 counters. Where the hell is it? There we go, 3 counters. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to scale Black Fang, brings up to 4 counters. Isn't super important, but it does it anyway. Okay, then from here, we can do whatever we want. So we're going to Pendulum Summon Harmonizing over here. Dark Worm in here, because that's mandatory. It could be any of these cards, you know. We'll just go with Time Gazer. And then for extra bustedness, Chronograph Sorcerer here, and then we'll get Harmonizing's effect to summon any magician from deck. We're going to go for any level 4 magician. We'll go for Purple Poison, okay? Again, isn't super important. So, Guard Dragon combo. Dark Worm's going to make LP. These two are going to make Triple Burst. And then LP's going to get our Destrudo, which is going to be like part of the broken part of the combo. And then we're going to link those two into Agarpain. Okay, the Guard Dragon combo is super linear, right? As soon as you've got LP and anything else on board along with Electromite, this is how it goes. Then from there, Agarpain is going to get us our first negate, Vortex Dragon. Okay, now we're going to link these two into Hieratic Seal. We're going to use these two, banishing you, sending you to the extra deck, to make Borreload Savage Dragon. In fact, we'll put you over here. In fact, no, it doesn't matter. Okay, so Borreload Savage Dragon, which is going to equip our Triple Burst Dragon again, making it a beefy boy. And we've got a few options here. In fact, we can do both of them. Okay, so we're going to summon Destrudo by paying half our life points. Then we're going to Synchro Destrudo and Time Gazer to make a level 7. Okay, that should go to the bottom of our deck, but I'm lazy. And Dawn Dragster. Okay, so we've got 3 negates. And then we can go for Servant of Endymion. Servant of Endymion is going to get us... Also, we should have this off of Dark Worm. Totally forgot about that because it's not important. Okay, again, doesn't really matter. Okay, we could go Big Boy Endymion, or we could go Jackal King. So let's just go Big Boy Endymion. Okay, now Big Boy Endymion has a counter. Servant has 2 counters. Okay, because Servant, when it summons something, it gives itself and that thing a counter. So, let's have a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4 negates, a bounce, and a banish on your opponent's turn because we're going to summon Aether off of Hieratic Seal. That's insane, right? Your opponent cannot play through that. And as well, Endymion is just going to bounce back Servant, so you've got a low scale for the next turn. Okay, that's utterly insane. That's totally broken, and your opponent cannot play through that. Okay, that just negates and bounces and interacts in too many different ways, and it's just, oh, and the deck does it so well, right? Honestly, there is a way that this deck could have ended very slightly better, right? But we're not going to get into that. because it's just, you have to have the god hand. All 5 of your cards have to be perfect. But even at that, we had a pretty good hand there, and we totally busted it open. Okay, so we're going to call it there, guys. As per usual, if you liked it, give it a like and tell everyone you know about TCG Tally. Join Team Tally today by hitting that subscribe button. Also, if you loved it, again, make sure everyone knows, okay? We're growing pretty quickly these days, and I want everyone to be able to have the best content possible. And I want to make you guys the best content possible, hence why I wanted a new camera, a new microphone, hence why I want to have a good time with it as well and make different content, okay? Things like the vlogs. But I'm rambling here. So, as always, you've been fantastic. I've been Tally.